Hello, good evening. A campaign to make the area between Cambridge and Norwich the destination of choice for global technology was launched in Parliament today. The vision for the technology corridor is that by 2031, new investment will create 9,000 well-paid jobs, adding £558 million to the regional economy. Mike Cartwright reports.
From the science parks in Cambridge to the food and crop research centres in Norwich, a business corridor between east and west to generate more than £500 million for this region in just 15 years.
The East is an incredible success story, but we've still got more to do. We need more and better infrastructure, like improvements to the Cllr area, for example. We need to make sure that, as well as the A11, other roads like the A47 get upgraded, and constantly highlighting the success, but also pointing out to international investors how important the East of England is.
Cambridge is already a global brand. It's already part of the Cambridge-Stansted-London corridor. It's part of the Cambridge-Oxford corridor. So why now the Cambridge-Norfolk corridor?
And isn't it? It's East Anglia. Really, that's really what the brand is. And Norfolk is part of that, as Ipswich is part of that, as Cambridge is part of that. But it's actually much more than that, I believe. And that, I think, is where this corridor can really assist the developed businesses within that corridor.
Along its 60-mile route, around 12,000 high-tech companies. The plan? To attract hundreds more. This company in Norfolk makes batteries and motors more efficient. Its owner attracted here by the links between east and west.
Feeding off the technology that's coming out of Cambridge, the UEA, it's a good area in the fact that the operating costs are very reasonable in comparison to sort of coming further to Surrey on the Reading M4 corridor.
Agritech, biotech, high-tech. A corridor to attract more of that research to Cambridge and Norwich and to the towns in between. Mike Cartwright, BBC Look East.
So is the Cambridge-Norwich corridor any more than a political soundbite? The head of a Cambridge-based technology company, Redgate Software, Simon Galbraith, joined me in the studio earlier to explain what more needs to happen.
I think the government's job is to sort of like prepare the ground, and then they're going to have to wait for magic to happen. But I think that magic can happen here. There's a huge amount of talent. There's lots of businesses with interesting problems. People want to come to Cambridge, and I think maybe this corridor, as it grows, you've got other things like Newmarket, which have got world-class racing and other things like that, which I think will pull people in as well. So I think there's huge reasons to be optimistic, but it's not going to happen with just a government saying there's going to be a corridor.
There is talk in the project about new homes, 20,000 they're talking about, unclear who's actually going to build them. Where should they go then? Where's the demand?
The demand is in Cambridge, and of course people in Cambridge don't necessarily want to have those houses here, but Cambridge is sort of full now, so unless they can commit to not just building the houses but all the infrastructure that goes with houses, I suspect that there'll be such strong objections they just won't get built.
The idea of the corridor, I suppose, is not just to concentrate all the expertise and business in Cambridge, but to try and share out that and stretch that out. But is that going to work? Do businesses want to be kind of 10, 20 miles away from the hub, which is Cambridge at the moment?
Well, if you look at, say, Silicon Valley, where they've effectively built a corridor between San Jose and San Francisco, that is built around infrastructure. So there's two major roads that go there, and that has filled out along it. So I think it's definitely feasible. But it didn't just happen by magic. They put infrastructure in there to make all that stuff happen. So I'm hopeful that these announcements they're making today, sort of with the idea, will be followed up by real commitments to build infrastructure to make it all possible.
In terms of the transport aspect then, are we there in terms of road networks, railways, or at least plans for, and air links even, to make this area such a kind of centre, a hub? The
idea that Cambridge has got sufficient road infrastructure for its current usage is a laugh, a joke. I mean, Cambridge is often gridlocked because it just can't cope with the number of people who are here right now. So if we're going to add, to say, 500 million's worth of new turnover and businesses in this area, that's going to require significant additional investments. They're going to have to upgrade all the major roads. They're going to have to make sure the railway has got extra capacity. They're going to have to do more guided buses. They're going to have to really pile in investment in order to make that work.
Simon Galbraith of Redgate Software. Next tonight, a jury